When you perform data analysis, you might be needing some top values from the data or maybe the smaller values from the data. So in today's video, we are going to talk about large function and small function and the various uses of that function. So I am considering this student's data as an example, and we want to perform some analysis of top scores received and the bottom scores received. So for that purpose, I am creating a sheet here where the top 3 marks and bottom 3 marks will be displayed. So for this purpose, we are using large function for the top marks. So I said equal to large. If I use large function for single value, in that case, it is how we are going to use it. From the marks column, we are going to take this data, comma, and then we have a kth element. So suppose I need the topmost mark, so I can give 1 as value here, and that will be the result we are going to get. So that is the maximum value which is available in my data. So if you need top 3 values from this data, first of all, if you're working with the previous version, in that case, you must select the 3 cells where you are looking for the result. Then instead of writing a single kth value, you will write it in curly brackets. So I am using curly brackets 1, 2, 3. That means top 3 values, curly brackets closed, and then bracket close for large. And let's press Control Shift Enter. If you are going to create it as an array function, then we press Control Shift Enter, and that's how we get top 3 marks. Similarly, for bottom 3 marks, as we used large function for the top marks, we use small function for the bottom marks. We select 3 cells because we are looking for bottom 3 marks. So equal to small open bracket students data. Let me select the data, comma, again curly bracket 1, 2, 3, and curly bracket close for small function, and again Control Shift Enter. So that's how we get the bottom 3 marks. Now, suppose you're working with the newer version, 2021 onwards, it is actually dynamic array functionality which is available in Excel. So we could have written these functions in a little different way. So I will just show you how you could have done it. You can just select a single cell, and here you can write large function. Array will be from the students data, comma, again in the curly brackets 1, 2, 3, curly brackets close, bracket close for large, and we just press enter. So no Control Shift Enter is required because 2021 onwards, Excel allows dynamic array functions. So if you are using multiple arguments, automatically that is filled in the adjacent cells. So that's how you can work with large and small functions to get the top 3 or top bottom values. Now we can make it more dynamic with the use of sequence function. So I will just make a small change in this. Rather than writing the values in curly brackets, we are going to use a function that is sequence, because that will spill the sequence of values, whatever number you specify here. So for top 3 values, we are giving sequence, bracket open 3, bracket close for sequence. So instead of writing that in curly brackets and writing 1, 2, 3, we are just using sequence function for this. So now you can notice sequence function is giving us the values vertically. So it is filling the data in the subsequent rows. But what if you are looking for the horizontal layout? Sequence number can be written by preceding with a comma and then press enter. And that's how you can see the horizontal. So sequence function can be used for vertical layout as well as horizontal layout. So that's the advantage of using this function along with large. And one more advantage is, suppose you are looking for top 3 values right now, but later on you need top 5 values to be displayed or top 10 values to be displayed. What you can do, you can write that sequence number somewhere. So right now in this particular cell, we have written this value 3. Instead of writing it 3, if I want 5, suppose. So in that case, what I can do, rather than giving a static value in the sequence, we can actually give this cell address, and whatever value will be there in this cell address, later on the result will be spilled to those many cells. So suppose if I change it to 3 later on, it gives me top 3. If I change it to 5 sometime, it gives me top 5 values. Same thing can be applied to the small functions also. So bottom 3 value, again I can write small function, small, then array will be the student's data, and rather than writing it the static values in curly brackets, we are using sequence, and this will be cell address here, bracket close for sequence and for small, and that's here we get it. Again you want horizontal, then just precede the sequence ID with a comma and then press enter. So that will be spilled to the horizontal. Later on you want to change it to 5. That's how you get the result. So hope getting top values and bottom values from a large amount of data is going to be quite easier for you.